Good morning. Today is, well, I guess it's not even morning, but good afternoon. Today is hot pepper harvesting day. I think we're going to make some hot sauce, but my husband and daughter are doing the harvesting, and my daughter asked if I was going to help harvest, and I said, no, Daddy's trying to keep me in the kitchen. To which she responded, what is this, the 90s? I don't know if that makes anybody else out there feel old, but it made us feel very old all of a sudden. So we have an abundance right now of Buena Mulada, these purple and orange peppers. The orange ones are the ones that are ripe, although we use them sometimes at that color. We've got pumpkin spice jalapenos. We've got a ton of the datiles, which we've never used before. Can you show a datil, babe? It's right there at your elbow. The one, yeah, the orange one's in there. Yeah, that's the datil. It's a hot one. It says similar heat, I think, to a habanero.
It was hot when I didn't know what it was, and I ate a full one.
No, I thought you ate the Sugar Rush peach. Didn't you do that one?
Yeah, he did the Sugar Rush.
No, I did. Yeah, I did do a Sugar Rush.
Yeah. Yeah. Luke took a big old bite of one of these. Quinn warned him it was hot, but you didn't believe her, did you?
Not that I didn't believe her. I mean, you didn't believe her. But I did anyway.
Was she right?
Sure was.
How hot was it?
Yeah, it was hot. It didn't ruin my day, but it ruined a solid 30 minutes.
So these are the Sugar Rush peach. This is the first year we've grown them. The ones down in the bottom here are like a pale kind of pink color. They look like a slice of a peach when they're ripe. All right, we are back in the kitchen. Well, apparently I'm in the kitchen like in the 90s. Getting the tomatoes rinsed. We're gonna do like a hot sauce kind of salsa recipe. Actually, I saw Holler Homestead do on a video, and I'm like, yes, I need that in my life. So it's from my memory. It's apple cider vinegar, onion, hot pepper, tomatoes. Cook it down for a while, puree it, and then can it. They very nicely put a link in their video, so I'm going to go pull that link up, check out that recipe, and we're going to get to processing tomatoes. Some gloves on. So this is, I think, a 16-quart pot. It's about a third of the way through full of hot peppers. So we've got, this is a datil. Like I said, this is the one that I haven't grown before. It was a free sample. Hungarian, that's a nice one. Hungarian wax, pumpkin spice jalapenos, Sugar Rush peach. This is my first year with these as well. I think these are so pretty. This is the Buena Mulada. We've grown those a bunch of years. We really like those. We have a regular, just a regular jalapeno. There's another kind in here, isn't there? No. That covers it. I think that's all the hot peppers that are in here. So we'll get these rinsed, get some gloves on, start chopping those up, go from there. Alright, we're setting up our mill. We found that our table works perfectly for this right here. I'm just going to set a stool here with the pot on it. So do that first. The rubber gasket here on the nozzle to help keep the leaks under control. This in here, and then this spring goes on this in here. We always want this over on this side. Because this tray goes this direction. There's definitely plenty of times when I've had this on this side, and then that doesn't work so well. Okay, Goose, I'm trying to talk here. We don't need to make miscellaneous noises. I'm gonna pop that on there. Actually, bring that a little closer to the edge. It's okay, son.
Dry off mine.
Okay, so while we're processing, I also have some sourdough bread that I've started. It's been sitting to do the auto lease. Now we have to do some lifts and folds. This is going to be 2 loaves of bread. It always amazes me when you start this process. It looks like almost like biscuit dough. And as you do more stretches and folds, it turns into this beautiful bread dough.
This isn't wrong.
All right, so the first thing we get rolling here is some tomatoes I'd picked earlier in the week, getting them rinsed off. One thing I've decided is planting Romas is very well worth it. We ran some tomatoes through the mill to be able to make the hot sauce. So girls are helping me with that right here. We got 10 cups of sauce, taking a break to do some lifts and fold on the bread dough. One thing that I have discovered making bread for a number of years, flour matters, and the flour that I have right now isn't quite right for making bread. The recipe called for 4 cups of onions, so getting those chopped up to add to the tomato. And it's kind of like all these things kind of fit fairly nicely together. You just kind of move from one to the other, and while one's starting to cook down or that kind of thing, you move to the next thing. You'll notice on the side there, the basil is in some cool water in our salad spinner. My husband does make pesto today. I didn't get many shots of that besides the finished product. We discovered we really like a roasted tomato sauce. It's a little more labor intensive. It takes more dishes, more time. So the batches we make aren't very big, but we've got some tomatoes roasting. In here, I'm chopping up all hot peppers, all the different kinds of hot peppers that I showed earlier. That vegetable chopper that I'm using in the back there is amazing for chopping peppers or onions or any of those kind of things. So we did a total of 3 roasted trays of tomatoes, kind of in different intervals here. Kind of threw that all together, and then ran them through the mill to de-seed and de-skin them, and then we seasoned them on the sauce. We are on the stovetop. We made just short of 2 quarts of tomato sauce, that seasoned sauce. And then here we've discovered this year, we're trying just putting our pesto in 1/2 pint jars and freezing it. We feel like that might be a little bit easier to thaw. What we've been doing in the past is just doing clumps on like a cookie sheet and then putting those clumps in a Ziploc bag. Now we pureed the hot sauce we made. The hot peppers that I chopped up went into that mixture. So it was hot peppers and onions, tomatoes, salt and pepper, and a little bit of vinegar. So loading the jars here, we ended up with 10 1/2 pints. So that's 10 cups of hot sauce, which is going to go quite a ways. This may be a couple gifts too, because one of the things I actually did the day after this was pureed my hot sauce, my fermented hot sauce, which actually yielded quite a bit as well. And we've got a lot more hot peppers coming in.
When you can, you always want to wipe the edge of the jar with a clean, damp cloth, and then the lids need to be washed and then kept in hot water until you're ready to put them on. I don't know the exact science of this, but I follow the kind of the rules to canning pretty closely. Just I feel better about that safety wise. And I think it, deals with bacterial growth and the things that you don't want in your food. So that processed, I think 10 or 15 minutes. I can't quite remember, bringing those out and setting those out. I don't think I got the footage of kind of finishing doing the sauce, and I made my bread today and it didn't turn out quite as good. It will still eat. It will make sandwiches. It will still taste good, but we didn't quite get that the way we wanted it. Thank you for joining us on Kitchen Day.